And when I found an effective producer, finally, you have to remember, because there are producers, different type of producers. When somebody is cool and warm, yes, yes, we have chemistry, we'll do the film together. However, he's our age and ineffective. You won't be able to have your film earlier than in 5 years' time. This person has to learn about the system, which is really horrible in this country. Yes, because the system was constructed when Lech Walesa was in prison. However, our generation will take it over and things will be good. So we executed it and it was a success. So an auxiliary question then, which did it give you? Did it give you an opportunity to do the film, or did it give you something more? Was it the main asset of the school? The main thing was that I had the future, the path that I had when I went to the school. I didn't think I would go to school because I hate schools. So the situation like now, you're listening to a lecture to a weird guy, and later on you needed his signature in your student's book that you attended the lecture. School is horrible, but at age 33 I decided I should go to school, and I treated it seriously at that stage. And I was, because my colleagues were already fourth year students, yes, they had their bachelor's degree, so I joined them. They had 4 years of which film school, where they were, gosh, I'm tired, I'm fucking tired, no. Would you go to watch this, the art of film? No, so no. And you? And how long the off license is working? Yes, because they've spent 3 years in the school, and I was, wow, a newcomer. Yes, I can make films. 8,000 zloty I got as a budget. 8,000 for a short film. I had full length at the cost of 12,000, and it got repaid because I got 2 awards, 5,000. Then it was shown on TV, and I'm making my ends meet with this film till today. 12,000 zloty. You remember what Polish film paid back just like this easily, just because of the broadcast. So I attended these workshops with producers. It's always helpful when you want to take. You always find something. Even with a guy like myself, you can learn something from the meeting, yes? Even when you talk to somebody in a park, if you are tuned into listening and taking, you can take something. Kolski gave me great remarks during workshops. Like, for example, there was something wrong with the actor. So you were not so much focused on off-license night stores. No, I had it in the past, and they didn't allow me in off-licenses. My colleagues are younger. These are different situations. So, for example, Kolski told me there was something wrong with the actor. He said, artificial, yes. Say that he has to make 20 push-ups. Young actor, he was a student. And he was tired, yes? And then when he said, his words were much more natural. So you can learn something from everybody. I did learn a lot in the school, and I'm the best known which school student because it's a super thing. I took 2-year leave, and I know they won't throw me away. It's such a joy. How can they throw me away now? They cannot. Would you kick me out of the school now? What for? We have it recorded. I'm the first student that had his debut during the studies. It's fascinating. Let's do something really weird. Let's not be afraid of your own craze. We know here now it won't sell in Poland. What? Don't care. Perhaps you can sell it in the Czech Republic or in Lithuania, or maybe you'll sell it in the UK. Well, generally, you in your life meet nearly everybody will assess you. Well, first of all, because this person is kicked by life around, because you're from Poland, because you hate your job and your mother, and you will also be kicked by a colleague at work because, come on, he got a film, I want a film as well. Don't worry. But on the other hand, quite often critical remarks are very reasonable indeed. So you have to have a kind of filter in your head to screen the remarks from people that love making remarks. They did nothing themselves, but they hate your film. Why? Because, I don't know, it's sort of, it's affected Okay, it is affected. Films are about affections in general. So people that spoil your mood and kick you around, make a list of such people and post it on Facebook, or just fuck them out from Facebook and don't contact them if they pull you down. So try to stay away from pessimists and complainers. Or perhaps they are very sensitive, very intelligent, clever, and they know that the world is imperfect, and their pessimistic wisdom can give you something useful. However, try to stay away from people from losers. Because later on, how was it with crows? While in Rome, do the Romans do, yes? You'll accept the bad energy, and everything is about energy transfer. Yeah, it's energy. So when you are surrounded by nothing makes sense, it's all a system, it's a deal, they do it all between themselves. Yes, perhaps it's true, yeah, but what the result is, now you have to think how to get into the system, this way or perhaps that way, but never this way. All right, this I will say up front. This is a short-lived scenario. Seriously. So focus on what to do to break the wall rather than it's too high. And you approach the wall for 10 years. No, impossible. Gosh. And if you approached like one kick and it turns out that it was made of paper, the door was still open. But no, the Polish mind is impossible. Polish football representation, Brazil, will never win against them. We will never win against them because we are thinking like this. Yes, Amway, again, thinking in Amway terms. So there's the basic principle, apart from humbleness and distance, the objective, the my God, what am I doing with my hands? The objective. If you have your objective, the objective is most important. What you have on your way, okay, things will be hard, inconvenient. It must be hard. It must be a struggle, because if you could achieve your stuff like, wow, okay, world championship, okay, nothing, then nobody would play the game. Ambitions, objectives, and a distance, and respect for other people. What else would you like to know about filmmaking? What else would you like to learn? Yeah, camera, action. Simple. So perhaps now, would you take over? 1, 2, 3, 4, testing. This one is better? So let's do it this way. Let's exchange like that. Right. It is hard, to make a film when you are such a craze as Bodo Kox is, because he's colorful, and in this country you should be dramatic in Silesia or talk about history or the old Polish literature, and that is why young film directors are not given access to their own authors' cinema. So in the Bodo project, I was right from the very beginning. I was there for 5 years, and I could hear it from producers that yes, Bodo Kox, great director, let's do this film, let's have super, yes, let's do it. 5 years I heard it, and I had people tapping me on my arm, yes, Bodo, we have to talk to him, we have to do it, and we said yes, we want to, let's do it. Yes, super. However, like bloody nothing. And for 5 years, this is what I wanted to add to Bodo's words. Well, it is cool. At least I think so. This is my life motto. It's better to know I'll be successful than just to believe it will be this way. If I just believe, I will get fucking nothing. It's true. I will say, I do believe I'll be successful. I do believe. No, you have to know you'll be successful. Albrecht once said, to know that an actor that gets on a stage or in front of the camera should be like a boxer. When you enter the ring, you have to know you're good, because otherwise they will push you out. So when you step out to play and you're playing with somebody, oh gosh, how can I do it? How can I act with him? I won't manage. You don't think about what you're about to play, but you're only thinking that you will have this partner in the scene. So how it can be perceived, I don't know. However, I think the best drama school in Poland is Wrocław, because there you don't have any champions, masters. You don't have anybody coming to the class and you look into the professor, your mouth is open, and then you leave and you say, well, I've learned from this guy, but what did you learn? Nothing. So Wrocław is a place where above all, professor right from the beginning lets you know that you can be better than himself. It never happens elsewhere, because in other schools you have masters, you have a lecture, and you have this guru sitting. Obviously they are outstanding actors, outstanding professors. However, there's something wrong there. Simply you don't have partnership that you find in Wrocław. So the professor during lecture is like a partner. He's not a guru whom you can't ask all these questions because it will be wrong, or it's better not to ask, and it's better only to listen and record it because, oh, his words are beautiful. You're going to the loo, yes? I wanted to be discreet. Karolak did it. It's been recorded, I can't say it. We'll delete it. Saramonovich once... Fuck. So why did I say it? Saramonovich once was together with Karolak. It was some festival or film show, and Karolak didn't know that microphone was on. And next to Andrzej, he said aloud, I go to shit. And then he saw, and he didn't go out. He was tough, understood in the end. And he said it was a joke, yeah, joke. He needed a diaper. And what did I say? Simply, you have to know, not necessarily that you are the best or that you are fucking good. You just have to know that you have learned something in life. If you have learned something and you are still working, you have to know you're quite good if you are still in business. Obviously, there are different moments and you are stressed. Like I remember when I was doing this film that was hated, but no problem. Battle of Vienna special effects were really mesmerizing. It was a shame to be in the cinema, but everybody felt the same shame because the Poland party, well, when the film was prepared, imagine it, I got phone call from Leonie called Poland and said, we have Mary Abraham, we have to film it in Poland, would you give us the castles for filming? No, we won't do it. Why? Because we have schools. What schools? Trips. And the Italians asked, do you have trips all year long? Yes. So he said, I'll wait for the good time. We'll come and to do the film in Poland. Impossible, because we have school trips all the time. School visits all the time. So it was like this at the beginning. At the end, special effects were supposed to be made in Poland, and then producer, director came, and it turned out that the effects were not made here because they didn't have the time. And the film director saw a film during the first screening that effects were horrifying. So Poland is very helpful in production of foreign films here. And there was this scene with Mary Abraham. I heard the day before that some Italian actress will not come because Kulczycki, okay, I will have her scenes. So apart from mine, I will also have her. And in the middle of the night, I got a monologue about flour, bread, crescents, sugar, all in English. And I'm not really that fluent. I'm not terribly fluent in English. I sort of understand things roughly. And a couple of phrases I just didn't understand because I don't learn English, especially when it's about bread and flour. But I sort of learned it, and next day I came on set. And we are to film, and right from the very morning I was repeating the text. It was such a monologue. I was repeating, and then I hear, we'll film, okay, no rehearsal, because there are like 5 cameras flying over the castle, hundreds of extras, horses, all right, let's go. And camera action, I stand up and there's this open yard and I can see the fucking horses, and you have the night cameras flying over my head, and there stands Mary Abraham. I have a scene there, and Alicja Beheda-Curusi's line, and I was supposed to approach them and say, if you want, we have crescents, because we have just invented them. And because Kulczycki was famous for being so furious at Turks that he made these crescents shaped like the crescent of the moon and started eating them. It's true. So he made it and started talking about crescents to the princess. So the camera is going. My moment comes. I turn to Mary Abraham and I start saying something like, I knew I had to talk because these cameras were flying. I knew I had a camera here, so just in case they will dub it, they couldn't see my face. I had to move my lips not to hear stop. I can hear an Oscar winner looking at me, not knowing what I wanted to communicate. There was the stop, and instantly I said, I'm sorry, I have forgotten my text. No problem, once again. And he answered instantly. He answered to not hearing anything. And again, the camera action, and again I go and I do the same. And I can see Maria, he's smiling, but we have to continue acting. Stop, and I got furious, and I hit with my fist. I'm nervous, yes. I hit concrete they had beneath my feet. And it turned out it wasn't concrete. It was stones made of cardboard. The whole castle was made of it, so naturally I made a perforation in the stone. And then Mary took me by the arm and sort of led me out. And he told me, you are only human, not machine. And he started explaining that he in the theater also makes mistakes, and there are lots of situations when you must not give up. Everybody makes mistakes. Well, obviously I took it all personally, but under Benetton in the center of the town, in the center of Romania, I started crying. I said to my agent, for the first time in my life I couldn't do something. You have such moments, but you must not break. I could break, cry to the pillow. However, a couple of days later, it turned out that Mary had a fantastic sense of humor, because we were standing there in the castle. First, I was approached by the man 8 a.m. with a flare, saying that this is for me, the torch for me, and said thank you. And I knew, all right, it's 40 degrees plus in the castle. Why should I have a torch, a burning torch? Okay, but I'm standing there like a prick with a torch. I can see Mary's also standing with the torch, and I approach him and say, why should I have this? Because it's night. And I said, what kind of night is it? It's daytime. It turned out, I didn't know this, that they were filming for 3 days. They were filming night for 3 days, every day from 9 a.m., 40 degrees centigrade, all day long till the night. We were filming night, so I was sweaty and running around the castle with the torch, seeing whether everyone was coming. I could see everything from a distance of a kilometer. I got up there in the castle, in the brick walls, and there's this view when Turks are attacking, and then archers were supposed to be hitting the castle, and I heard action, and I see hundreds of Turks approaching, and then I hear from Marin, look, spaceship. And me, I thought, all right, there's a take. We are improvising, but at those times there were no spaceships. But first I thought, spaceship? What? Fuck, maybe something else. Maybe it means something else. And the camera was running. Those are running towards us. And I said, look, but it's a take now. And he said, yes, I know, but we are not seen. So I thought that it would be nice to have a chat. I said, cool. Right, and it's true, camera was like 200 meters away, and in the take we're that minute. In the big screen, mostly you can see the archery. And then I said, Gulliver. And he said, what? Gummy bear, there, over there. And then he said, I didn't expect to be talking about gummy bears in times of Sobieski, at times where Turks were attacking, so it was cool. However, Bodo said it already, you have to have respect, humbleness, and it's good when you achieve something, when you're doing something. It's good not to think it's been done now. It's the key. If you were to get enthusiastic about everything that's going on, then you would make a mistake. Okay, it's taking place, but I'm involved in it. I have to be engaged. And there are so many people that do something, and they are so happy about what they're doing that they don't think about what they have to do. And many film directors are happy to make a film, and they are so enthusiastic about making their film that they forget about everything associated with the film. But things happen. I just say, Bodo has said it, you have to be humble And obviously, when we saw the trailer of the girl in the wardrobe, we both of us we wanted to jump out of the window because it was just horrifying. The music selected by the distributor was just the music, yes, techno, some techno music mixed with disco. So it was a massacre. However, then we realized we had to fight. We cannot give up and say, okay, distributor has selected a trailer with this music. In fact, well, sometimes I'm softy in such situations, but what I get from friendship, Wojtek never says give up. I'm determined. However, my determination is really nothing compared to his determination. It was Wojtek who went there and I saw Mr. Niederhaus and I said, you are, and he said, what's wrong? What has happened? Mr. Producer, there's a problem, the music. And then he said, yes, he didn't like it either. But you had to fight, because without fighting, it's not your work. And you also feel weird, because I don't really know anything. I have worked for 12 years only, and it is not so that I have done so much. During 12 years, I have done something, but shit, you get new film and the script, and always your head expands after the previous film. So first of all, you want to know more, but you know less. Every film is like opening into the fact that you know nothing. It's like Bodo made one film and he says, I know it all, I made a film. No, shit. He made a film, I played in this film, I tried my hardest, he tried his hardest. However, 5 years we waited. However, you have to fight, you must not give up. And also, I think in conversations with producers, like now I am to talk to them, you must not show that you are that small, okay? He's a producer and I'm a dwarf. No, he's also a human being, but you mustn't be like that either. No, don't exaggerate. I'm not talking about this. You have to keep the proportions. You simply have to know he's also a human being. He's not a guru that makes decisions about our life. It's just a job. If he doesn't like something, okay, he has the right not to like it. We may not like the fact that he doesn't like something. However, either we decide to cooperate, either we want him or not. And simply you have to fight. And I'll just add that you have to fight and carry on the fight. But you have to obey fair play rules, because bad energy will come back. We'll be drawing to the end. However, before ending, I shall say I found some inspiration here. This is very helpful in work, and I've learned it from one of the actresses that I met. Namely, the film director always have to have an answer for the actor. Even if he or she doesn't have an answer, then you look straight into the eyes and 2 years ago, what did this character do during holiday in August? Stupid question. I don't care. It's a stupid question, but you must not say, look, I don't care. No, you must not, because actors are different. Some of them use their intuition. They don't need to know everything. They are just there. And others analyze every single element and they put things together, and they are really great actors. You have to give them an answer. Or potentially you can say, I don't know now, but I will learn. You must never leave the actor without an answer, because he will not help them and he will slowly lose respect for you. Cool guy, a film director, okay, so it's very important. Or perhaps it is Wojtek. This is the second type of actor. You have a script, the best possible role ever, like full. You talk to the actor, how you would say it, what you were thinking about, what you think this person is doing, and the actor, okay, takes it, analyzes it, thinks it through, and he or she comes with a proposal, which in case of our work was just ideal, because there are two types of actors. You will lead them by the hand, or you give them freedom to decide. But we talked for 5 years about this film, not every day, but it was like, for the first time I was on set when I got no remark from the film director, and I didn't talk to him because we didn't have to talk anymore. I was in a different world. The film director trusted me, I trusted him. However, it happens very often. There are film directors that say, yes, you will stay here and you will fucking do this, fucking this, I don't know. So, if are there any actors in the room? I don't know, but you must not be afraid to ask or, for example, say, I don't understand. Do it because it will be funny. Do something funny like, what? Shall I just take off my pants, show my ass? One actress tried to show her ass in the theater. So, yes, as Bodo says, the film director has to know why he wakes up in the morning and why he gathers all these people. I approached Bodo on set and said during filming, look, everybody came here to fucking work for you because this is the truth. You have the film director and the screenwriter, and the film director has to know that all these people are there for him. He is the author of the film, he is to direct, so if they come for me, I have to do everything. As Bodo said, thank you, please. It might be stupid. Somebody says good morning and say thank you, please. No, in 80% of cases on set in this country, you don't hear thank you, please. You don't have anything like that. The film director does not respect the grip. Usually, he would rather shout at the grip that the grip is visible in the frame. He doesn't know that this guy keeps the grip for 18 hours. If we had a rehearsal before, then we wouldn't have the problem. However, right from the very beginning, you have the money for the film, so you already have to start filming right now. But you have to get prepared for the film. In the West, everybody knows about it. So you have the money for the film, and for half a year or year you wait for the film to become mature. The actors are preparing, decorations are being made. And we start now. If we start now, then it's best to promote it while making. The actor should cry during the scene, and a moment ago the actor goes to television in the morning and say how great the film is. Then the actor comes back. Or I was approached by people, Wojtek, would you now go to the bush? I'm sorry to use these words. And you will kiss Magda. Later on, in our newspaper, in the tabloid, we'll write it was your new girlfriend, and 2 weeks later we'll rectify it. Well, obviously it was just a cut from the film. I'm not afraid to say words like fuck off. I will not kiss some girl in bushes to promote a film, and they will write it's my new girlfriend. She's not my girlfriend. I don't understand these rules right from the beginning. Instead of thinking what film to make and how to make it, everybody thinks how to advertise it or how to sell it, and we haven't even started our work. Well, I worked for the first time in the film when we didn't have any interviews, we didn't have anything, because the producer took care that everybody had their job to play in the best possible way. And usually promotions come first. You have to control it, just as Bodo did with the girl in the wardrobe. He would like to learn everything associated with the film, when it's going to be promoted, in what way, how it would look like, the trailer, the poster, because later on you are stuck in a situation. I remember making a film, and at the end, man told me, there's an idea, actors should be closed in a glass cube at the Gola roundabout, and we'll lie on stretchers and apply suntan, talk, read throughout the day. Yes. And I said, your idea is terribly stupid. You don't know anything about film promotion. I said, I'm very sorry indeed, but if I am to go and be closed in a glass cube like in a zoo, and there will be people going to shop, don't pay any attention to me. But it happens. You film directors, you will meet a lot of people who would think that they know better how to sell a film, but most of these people know nothing about film sales. They have some sick ideas, however they don't know how to sell a film. Sometimes they don't really believe in good films. They don't know that what is being released is marvelous. So like the girl in the wardrobe, it's a marvelous thing, and the trailer has nothing to do with the film. It doesn't play the music from the film, and it's told in an absolutely different language. So you have to be very cautious, like Bodo is, to know what is going on. Not just you make a film and you forget about it, because then they release something absolutely different. But on the other hand, We must not think that the film director knows it better, knows how to sell the film. You have to be open also to these. They are sales experts. You just have to be cautious, vigilant. When they sell the best they can, I was never taught how to sell things. I don't know how to sell films. They know it, they are successful at it. So be vigilant when they want to pull your leg and pull the leg of the viewer. I made a film about margarine and they sell it as ketchup because ketchup is sort of more popular now and would sell better. And it was like this all the time. Well, for me, the worst thing in my work is the fact that I have to meet people and people that are absolutely different than myself without judging them, just different, other people, other entities, other creatures, and you have to understand them. Not necessarily you have to speak their language, but you have to try and speak the common tongue. Well, I write emails to people, yes? I send emails to be in contact, to communicate, not to think that it's just obvious, not to take things for granted. It must be repainted. Everybody would repaint it. However, not everybody sits in our head. So all the time, communication, absence of communication on set and in life, this is a fundamental problem. You have to communicate constantly, even if somebody says, oh no, he's saying it again. I'm saying it because I don't trust you, because you already made 2 mistakes. And also, it happens very often on the set that, for example, that you come on set and you see that the set director or somebody else is furious, and you ask them what happens. Nothing. You have to learn what happened because you may think all the time about it, and you will see there's something wrong in the team. I remember once I came and the set director was irritated, and I could see it. What happens? Nothing. And I know in a moment, perhaps. But it was just about the work. I respect my profession and all the professionals on set. So I don't like when people are indifferent or when they only try to push things forward. So I say, what's going on? What's your problem? Twins came. So what? But what? We'll somehow film. And I said, but I have to see the twins. You'd better not see them. But fuck, are we working together? I'm responsible. I got the information. I have to inform about all the problems. That's why it doesn't make sense. Where are the kids? There. And I enter and I can see one is tall and red-haired and the other is short, black-haired. Really? This is like me and my twin brother. We are not doing it, I said. And then the actor is accused of not willing to act. But it's not a twin brother. If we have something similar, if you have something similar, don't be afraid. Yes, if they ask you for feedback, say what you think, say where you see the problem, and very often it's like, okay, don't worry, we'll manage. And then in the cinema, it looks the way it does. It's sort of mediocre. We'll manage. Would you like to sing something? A song, yeah. Striptease time for me. That's it, basically. If you have any questions prepared for us, this is the very last moment to ask it. And later on, you may ask me questions as long as we stay in this beautiful city. And it's great, I can see. It's a really superb idea that you are involved in. Sławek made a great thing. I can't believe it. 8 years. And nobody knows about it. But I know that there are certain people responsible for PR. It's being changed, yes? It's going to change. You have to use... It's a very good thing. Access to equipment, people, role models like Gryczyński, Idziak. These are masters. They have achieved... Perhaps you never achieve everything. Beethoven did not achieve everything, but they achieved a lot in this profession, the maximum. And it's superb that such people can inspire us. And the fact that they want to meet us is really huge. So at the end, I just would like to say that I'm very sorry for my lecture. I'm very sorry. It was my first lecture. I tried to improve it in future, but I'm really happy that I made it here. Beata, thank you. Thank you. I also would like to thank you very much. I wasn't supposed to be here, Beata. Well, I'm really grateful, and once again, I would like to say it, and I will repeat it to my students in Wrocław. You have to know you will be successful, not only believe it will be so, and then you will be successful. Thank you.